We are back with more Project Zomboid content. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming PZ updates and what you can expect to see in the near future for Project Zomboid. Hey, I'm Obi.
And I'm Zobi. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all the latest content that we have coming to the channel.
But with that out of the way, let's jump in. So we are currently on PZ build 41, but we're going to be focusing this video on builds 42 and 43, giving you an overall idea of what you can expect in the future. So let's start out with build 42. So build 42 is going to be mostly about optimization. The devs have admitted that the optimization has been lacking over the years as they have updated other aspects of the title, and they really want to hone in and fix this. That being said, they are going to be working on the way the game renders objects and zombies to free up space and help the overall frame rate. This is especially helpful when there are massive amounts of zombies on screen ready to tear your face off. They will also be working on the way light works in the game to give Project Zomboid a more real feel when indoors or traveling out in the dark. They are also planning on adding in a few new visual items that again sell the realism of the title, things like electrical pylons, new neon signs, and other immersive objects. And their sound department is hard at work adding in some new sounds for different times of the day. While the game already has this and has done a rather amazing job, it's gonna be nice to have some new background sounds added into the game. Oh, and they want to make some changes before and after the electricity turns off, so that should be very interesting to see once finished. The devs are also working on changes to the skill and tech trees to help improve the end game and make more learned skills a little bit more difficult to obtain and give more balance to the title.
Moving on to build 43. Build 43 is probably the most requested build thus far. PZ Build 43 will be introducing the first new NPCs coming to Project Zomboid. The devs have stated that you can group up with these NPCs during your survival run, and will also introduce more of a story narrative to PZ. The devs have been hard at work adding in new coding for these NPCs and have said that the NPCs will have a RimWorld style priority and job system, personality system, procedural story event system, combat system, autonomous survival behaviors, advanced group behavior system, and vehicle driving systems. That being said, they've stated most of the systems are currently functional but are not quite 100% finished yet. Also, they will be adding in a new crafting experience and crafting stations. The overall goal is to be able to have a group of survivors spawn in the middle of the wilderness and still be able to survive without ever having to loot a single building. This will probably be tough, but doable. Now, while we are not sure how this will work on the single player run, we imagine that NPCs will come into use somehow. The way the devs have described this is that, let's say you want to make some leather armor. The hide needs to be obtained by a butcher or a hunter. Then a leather worker refines the hide and crafts the armor pieces. A blacksmith can then add armor scales that can be sewn into the armor. A tailor needs to provide cloth inner linings and the thread for the leather worker. And the workstations for everything would be provided by a carpenter or a tinkerer. That being said, we will probably be seeing cows and other livestock introduced in Build 42 as well. Now the goal is to have a full end of current civilization and allow you, the player, to be able to see the fall of modern times. And as you continue to play and as time progresses, people start to regress into more of a medieval civilization. That being said, the devs are working on some new professions for characters made years down the road after the fall of man. So think about it this way. When you start the game, you have things like burger flippers. Well, to quote the devs, 10 years after the fall, that profession wouldn't make any sense. So they're working on new professions that a character might be born years after the fall might have. Here's a list of the current planned professions: butchers, leather workers, herbalists, brewers, stoneworkers, potters, carpenters, tinkerers, blacksmiths, tailors, farmers, fishers, and hunters.
So let's talk about NPC Narratives. The NPC Narratives will be a major part of the future of Project Zomboid, adding more depth to the title and the characters you stumble upon. Each survivor will have unique dialogue that will build a backstory and help immerse the player. Here's an example of meeting an NPC for the first time and learning about their history.
I knew the electricity would be cut off. We stocked up and ate fresh food first, then we lived on cans. We already had a generator, and we used it for a while, until it caught fire. The flames spread quickly. Juan got the extinguisher, but it wasn't enough. The smoke got to Keith, but we were able to drag him out of there. The whole house was on fire and we lost everything. I thought the Murphys might help us out, but they wouldn't let us inside. They said it was too dangerous. We were so desperate, we moved into a nearby house. We pushed a bookcase in front of the back door, broke apart a table, and used the pieces to secure the windows.
So one thing that we really think is awesome and can't wait to see in action is that NPCs will fill you in on what happened at your base while you're away, again adding more depth into the game. But on that note, that's all we currently have for this video. Now let's get talking down in the comments. Are you as excited for the future of the game as we are? Is there something that you would like to see added to the game? What do you think about the new profession systems? Let us know down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave us a like and consider subscribing to stay up to date with all the new content we have coming for Project Zomboid. And if you want to come hang out and chat with us live as we play Project Zomboid, be sure to swing by our Twitch channel. We love hanging out with our community and would love to see you there. Links are always down below. But until next time, this is Obi.
This is Sobi.
Signing out.
See you guys next time.